Oh, there he is. Damn it.
I'm the curse.
You are the curse. I jinxed myself. I didn't even get to shoot a shot. That feels bad.
Dang, did I miss it?
Did I miss your failure?
I failed.
Ah, that sucked.
It's 20 seconds.
I was like, I heard footsteps, and then I was like, where the hell is it? I'm like, oh, there he is. He just melted me. Didn't even get to shoot a shot.
Y'all talking about Destiny?
No.
Y'all talking about Black Ops 4? Blackout 4.
Where are we going?
Eric, Aaron, Call of Duty Blackout, the answer to PUBG and Fortnite. We've been playing it for, what, 3 days now, lightly?
Yeah, give or take.
What do you guys think?
So far, it's looking pretty solid. It's definitely going to fill that PUBG on console niche. Like, PUBG's
Right.
always been a bit janky on console. And it gets the military shooter down, like, great. And Call of Duty is shooting really well. All the mechanics, more or less, seem to really work. And they're adding things that Call of Duty's never had before, like, I can be a chopper pilot now, which I haven't been in a long time. And with the other offerings this year being World War II, it's the only game right now where I can be a chopper pilot, which is super weird. But I like that a lot.
Do you guys like the chopper though? I don't know, some of the things in this beta so far, I feel like they could crank up a little bit. Like zombies, even like the chopper in general, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, it seems like not resourceful in the sense that you're just like a sore thumb flying around. Like
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think it serves the means of another vehicle, but at least you're in the air, right? I don't know, I feel like it can get you to places or get you on the outskirts, and then you can potentially like drop in or something like that. I think it's just maybe not fully explored yet, but I can kind of see why maybe like at first glance, if you're like someone sitting there, it's not as cool, but it sure is satisfying if you like rocket someone down, right? Like you're just trying to hunt them down and like get them to get out of their helicopter.
One thing the game's doing really well is the map itself. So Call of Duty's never done a map this big.
Yeah.
But this map isn't just a regurgitation of Call of Duty. It's got a ton of vertical space. It's got secret underground bunkers and like giant skyscrapers. It's got the asylum with zombies, and it has, you know, random crates that drop around the map. I was even swimming underwater and finding loot.
Oh,
and
really?
like finding crates underwater. So the use of this map is really good, and the use of the vertical space in this map is also really good. Well, like we keep finding things just randomly poking around, which is what makes it so interesting.
Yeah, all in all, it's scratching an itch for me as far as like even, you know, the initial drops. Like I had just a pretty funny moment I was showing you, where like just landing in the construction site, picking up a shotgun, 4 rounds, shooting a guy, mid-air, he falls, his buddy comes out to get him, use all my shotgun ammo on one guy, and then I turn around and there's someone with their fists, and it's just me, my shotgun butt, just butting him back and forth. It's got those Battle Royale moments of just like frantic, like chaotic duels, you know, like squaring off with someone. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I think it's like this culmination of like all this multiplayer that's now kind of evolved into a battle royale. Like I think it's fun because I really like the Call of Duty shooting mechanics. Personally, I don't want to deal with too much bullet drop and things like that. So to have like a different multiplayer mode essentially, right, I'm cool with it. I'm happy, and because I already kind of like battle royale to some degree. I like Fortnite. Never been great at building, so this kind of like fills this like weird in between of like having a Fortnite arcadey type shooter and then like PUBG, you know, like picking up stuff right in the middle. And until we see Battlefield, I think this is going to fit in like pretty nicely with the other two that are out there right now, especially on the console front, for sure.
That's a really good way of putting it. It's like right in the middle of Fortnite and PUBG. Like for me, I never I mean, I have a PC at home, but I was never like all in on PUBG, like some people in the office. And now that this is on PS4, it's like, it's kind of checking the boxes as far as someone who might want to give the Battle Royale another shot. Because Fortnite, yeah, you mentioned like the building, I'm not a big fan of. And in general, like, you know, it is kind of like a cartoonish looking game. But here it's like, okay, it's Call of Duty, it's familiar, it's on PS4. A lot of my friends play it. It seems like it's gonna have like a lot of legs for a lot of people, I guess.
Speaking of Fortnite, so Battle Royale is a lot of hiking. And some people like that, and for some people it's a bit dull, just a couple gunfights in between. Fortnite has been so good at making so many other things to do around the Battle Royale. There's constant challenges, there's constant things you're trying to earn. There's stories being told in that game. And it's weird to play a Call of Duty game that doesn't reward you for everything that you do, because Call of Duty pioneered that. They pioneered the reward players for doing everything. And to have a beta that doesn't tie into their normal reward system feels a little bit weird. So what I'd like to see them try next, and I think you're talking about this, is they got to get those modes rotating. They got to get more zombies in, maybe like big team battles, snipers only. Like I know we're just starting off in the beta, but these are the guys who invented rewarding players. And it's absent right now, and I think that's gonna hurt their longevity if they can't get it back in. But they're the best in the business at that. So I'm excited to see how they filter all their crazy ideas back in.
Yeah, I definitely think that I would hope that that's a part of what they're going for, because, you know, cosmetically, there's a lot of ways you can, you know, as Fortnite and other games have shown, really succeed there, right, for the Battle Royale mode. And, you know, on top of that, as you mentioned, just now today having fast collapse, having the circle coming closer, or sooner, sorry, I'm sure they're gonna have a bevy of other modes that they could run if they wanted to. Like, for example, I just thought about it today as I was talking about it. Like, Fortnite has the like all legendary guns mode, right? Like, they have legendary guns in COD Battle Royale. You could easily do that same mode and be like, every gun is a legendary, have fun, whatever, right? So it'll be interesting to see once we get out of beta, like what happens and like how many modes they have, you know, how frequent are they changing the modes? Is it a weekly thing so that, you know, it gets people to come back? COD is a huge player base, and I am interested to see how many people stick to the Battle Royale, coming from like, you know, having a strong multiplayer. Obviously this one's only multiplayer, there's no campaign, right?
Sit rep. Potential collapse detected. Relocation to indicated safe zone is advised.
The things that upset me, or maybe like that I'm not so fond of right now in the beta of Blackout though, is like, I'm not super huge on like some of the UI and like, especially like the looting.
Right.
Like, it's really awkward to, you know, kill someone, and yeah, I want to make sure there's no one else around, but like, you also want to quickly loot something, right? It's like, okay, I have to open a bag and then I have to like D-pad over while like kind of wiggling my right thumbstick so that like, I hope no one shoots me, and I'm like just like trying to get through all the stuff. And also just because I don't know all of the perks yet, right? So I'm picking up all these perks and I'm like, what does that one do? Or what does that one do? I'm just like, I'm gonna spam them all, I guess.
Yeah, no, similar to, for me, is like, just like removing attachments to weapons. Like, I can never get like a nice rhythm where it's like, I'll accidentally put a scope on, and I find it like downright impossible to like take it off and put on another gun. All that UI stuff for sure is like, it's tough, right? Like, you know, you imagine something like a PUBG on PC where like, it's just a easy click with like a mouse, but yeah, I'm interested to see what they'll do there. But you know, it's cool to see like their patch notes so far. Like, they've been pretty persistent, like every day, right? Adding like, I think duos.
And then they also, I think they went from their like 80 max cap to like 88.
Oh, right.
So they're kind of starting to push a little bit more and more.
I placed 88th yesterday.
Damn.
That's pretty sick.
Hopefully someday we'll get a Battle Royale game that cycles people into matches a little bit faster. Being dead isn't that fun. And so I wonder if these guys don't have a good enough engine. It's hard to do with this many players, but I'd love it if you die and just hit a button and almost be jumping out of another airplane again.
Yeah.
Because the amount of downtime in Battle Royale, it's there to make you care if you live or die, but it's also can get dull after a while going back to a loading screen, particularly if you are the first guy to die.
That's right.
Well, you know, Aaron, sometimes you gotta take a break. You know, that's why even in like Call of Duty Black Ops 4 like multiplayer beta, like they were messing around with just the load times in between matches. Like one time it was like 60 seconds and we finally got used to that rhythm, and I think like went to 90, and then like me and my friend were like, well, I guess we should go and like get a water and like come back, you know, grab some snacks, because that's how long it's gonna take until this next match starts. So I'm sure they'll figure out a rhythm. It would be nice to, you know, obviously try to maximize as many games as you can get. But I definitely had a lot of fun. You know, we duoed a stream and we won a match, you know, like we played together as a squad of 4, and old Nick Margarita, you know, in there too. It was like a fun time, right?
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, Call of Duty, there's a lot of players. I'm just curious how many people are gonna gravitate towards Battle Royale. I had like one friend who plays a lot of Call of Duty, and he jumped in and he was like, no, this isn't for me. I just want to play traditional COD. So that'll be the big interesting thing for me to see. But yeah, I'm having fun. It's, you know, at least for now.
Yeah. We'll have to wait to see.
Hoorah, mate.
Exactly how we drilled it. Hotel Sierra.